Yeah, so you were telling me a story about, no, I mean, it's a true story. I mean, you were here, right?
Yeah,
Of how somebody got really hurt bad
yeah.
in this mine. And I like you to tell us again, because it's really, really important, I think, for us to appreciate how dangerous this kind of place really is.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I can look at it and see it's dangerous. I mean, I almost broke your leg just a minute ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you don't mind, don't be gory, please. But
No.
what happened anyway?
Okay, so growing up, we used to basically play around in the mine sites because they're all around our houses and stuff. And we basically would go find big cuts or shafts and kick rocks down them and stuff just for fun. And then, we'd go back home and that was fun. Next day, we'd meet up and do the same thing. But one time, there's a group of people that came out. I wasn't actually with him when he fell, but I came out after. But I'll get that in the story. So they came out, started throwing rocks down. He found a big boulder at the edge of a shaft, and he did a bit of work digging around it so he can kick it out and knock the big boulder down. Because the bigger the rock, the cooler it is, right? So he got it dug out. He gave it a boot, and it went down. And when it went down, it landslided and took him down with it. And he fell around 220 something feet and bounced off the walls of the shaft on the way down. And basically he was all mangled up and his arm caught on a rock at the bottom because there's water in the bottom of the shaft, and that's what kept his head above water. He would have even drowned on top of the fall and getting all banged up. So it took about 4.5 hours to get from the time he fell to the time he was out of the shaft. They ended up needing to use a helicopter and lower down a guy to grab him and get him back out because the ground's unstable and there's no way, nothing solid enough, close enough to hook to be able to get him out. So it took him almost 2 years to recover, going through hospitalization for about 1.5 years straight, and then another half year to be able to even walk. And took a big toll on him, obviously, his family, all of our group of friends. It stopped me from coming into these places for almost 20 years. So if you watch my videos, you'll see I go into crazy places, lots of them, but I'm smart about it. I've researched. I've seen basically firsthand what happens if something bad happens. I know another guy too, one of my friends, who was in the same site, and he was screwing around and a rock fell and hit him and broke his back basically. He's okay now, but he's on disability and needs medication for it and stuff. So I mean, it can change your life really fast. So something that you don't take for granted is the underappreciating, I guess. I don't think I worded that right, but you don't want to underappreciate the hazards and dangers of what can happen to you underground and how easy it can happen. Because even this spot that I'm on right now, at any time, one little key rock moves, it can start sending everything that way. And then there's a 40-foot or whatever drop down to the bottom. So I'm going to stay on this side of the pile and talk. If I feel something move, I'm jumping that way. But it is that fast though. Something can happen that fast and it can change your life forever. And anyone who's ever known you that cares about you. So definitely, if you're going to go into this kind of stuff, do tons of research first. Watch other people who know what they're doing. Take all their hints and tips and try to roll it all into one big thing that can work for you. And at the same time, if you're going to especially do mine exploring, go walk on rock piles first. Spend days walking on rock piles, because not twisting your ankle on flat ground on rock piles might be what saves you from falling down a hole when you're under the ground. So figure out how to walk on the rocks first. Figure out all the safety stuff. Wear appropriate gear. I should probably have gloves, but that's kind of optional. I usually do wear gloves. And be careful. Let someone know where you are. I usually tend to leave my phone outside of somewhere if I'm going underground, because it doesn't work anyways, and the cops can always trace the GPS if they needed to find me. I tell my girlfriend where I am, people know. So worst case, if I don't come home, they know where to look, which is the absolute worst case, hopefully, for me ever. So yeah, basically what it comes down to is you can have a blast doing it. Honestly, if you know someone that does it and is good at it, try to tag along with them first. And it's also good for them to be able to point out stuff as they go, because it's all new to you until you've experienced it yourself.
And let me jump in just a minute, because what you said about go with someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So very important. I mean, I've been caving my entire life, and I would not have been prepared for what we're seeing here today with these
Exactly.
shafts and these platforms that could go give out and what's overhead, and it's just so very dangerous. And you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Other people have the knowledge too, you
course,
know,
yeah.
and seek those people out.
That's right.
Because you like to share the knowledge. I can tell you
course.
do.
Yeah, I do. More than
yeah,
happy to.
Right, and just go with someone that knows what they're doing and learn about it.
That's right.
Because it's so much more fun.
Yeah,
What-
exactly,
yeah.
right? And you
It's scary. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to admit, man, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Especially when you see what I'm seeing and you're pointing it out and you're telling me the stories how people get hurt and have almost died. People you know.
Yeah.
You know, it gives me a strong appreciation for what you can teach others and what you have taught me today. And I really appreciate that. I
Hey,
really do.
I'm happy to be able to teach you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for showing me around here.
Hey, no problem, man.
And I
anytime.
know you're probably getting late to be home.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah, so we'll get a scooting. And again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah. We'll see you on the next one, all right? I'm going to be watching you.
I hope so. I hope everyone else starts
Yeah.
watching me too.
I guarantee it, man. You're awesome. You really are.
You are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the